People who actually love their job. What do you do? I work at a museum designing exhibits, developing educational programming, doing research on artifacts and ongoing exhibit maintenance. The job is constantly changing and I have unlimited freedom. Inside scope, museum people are mostly closet drunks who are amazingly fun at any party. Science writer at a major research university. I help scientists and engineers explain what they're working on to journalists, colleagues in other fields, and the general public. Some of my favorite stories over the years include studying photosymbiotic clams, which grow algae inside their bodies like a greenhouse, to make better bioreactors, training dogs to identify malignant tumors by smell so we can narrow down which olfactory receptors to graft onto carbon nanotubes and make diagnostic devices for ovarian cancer, building swarms of flying robots that can automatically map a 3D space or count the number of oranges in an orchard, developing computer algorithms that recognize seemingly insignificant grammatical differences between authors and using them to investigate which authors Shakespeare may have collaborated with on certain plays. There are some extremely boring technical stories in there too, but there is always something new to learn about. I work in information security. I do in-house ethical hacking and pen testing. It is basically my dream job. I'm an auto parts delivery driver for a Honda dealership. It's a pretty sweet gig. The pay isn't anything spectacular, $11 HR, but I can spend as much time away from the dealership as I want. There's no real pressure or schedule, I just jump in my van and drive. I'm a farmer. I grew up on a farm, went to college for agronomy, crop science, and currently I'm working back home with my dad and brother on the farm. I've been involved with the farm my whole life basically, and I enjoy setting my own hours, being outside most of the time and driving tractors of course. I work in forestry. I get paid to hike around all day and improve the forests I manage. My co-workers are all wonderful people. My boss is a bastard, but it doesn't even bother me because I love my job so much. It also helps that I work in the field mostly, so I only see my boss for 5 minutes a day. Wildland firefighter in Southern California. I get to see places some people never will and I get paid to do it. My crew is the closest group of friends that I have and I can look back on each day with a sense of pride. It keeps me in great shape and my 4-6 month off season allows me to travel or do absolutely nothing. It's a good life. I'm a personal trainer. Hang out in a gym 6-8 hours a day helping clients achieve their goals. I'm at about the maximum number of clients that I can manage while in school. Make more than enough to survive. Take home this year will probably be 30-40k. Working 25 hours a week. And have a great relationship with every one of my clients. I've had a couple clients who have told me that signing up for training with me has been one of the best things they've done and that I saved their life. Makes you feel freaking awesome. That being said, the only crappy part about my job is the corporate side of it. Sometimes I wonder if whoever designed their computer system had ever been in a gym before because so many features just don't make sense. Welder here. What's not to love about building awesome crap? I work at Kennedy Space Center as a mechanical engineer. I service lots of payloads that get shot into space. It's pretty dope. I'm a barista for Nordstrom. I love my job. I'm paid well considering how simple it is. Get free coffee, 33% off inside the store. The only downside is dealing with rude customers every once in a while. Work at a pet store. I get to play with dogs when the rescue groups come by and when customers bring them ferrets every day, conures, South American birds. I help Japanese actors perform in English. I assist with auditions, learning their lines after they land a role, and with interview prep. I also teach acting classes in English for actors not currently up for a role but who want to practice. Not my only job, but the one I love best. EMT. It's amazing. I get to make a small difference in people's lives every day. I'm a crisis manager at a domestic violence shelter. I love my job. It doesn't pay great, but my agency is awesome. I love my co-workers and bosses to death, and I love seeing victims leave our shelter and go on to better things. It doesn't always happen, but it's great when it does. I'm a cook at a fish and chips place in Denver. I've only worked fast food or as a dancer before, so it's a nice change of pace. All my customers are awesome, always excited to get the food and not just eating there because they have to. And since it's on Colfax, there's a lot of interesting characters. And my bosses are cool as heck. I've never had such a laid back and satisfying job. I run a dog training and daycare facility. I'm paid to do stuff with dogs when I do that for free anyway. Public librarian in Northern Colorado. Physical therapist in private practice. My partner is my son, also a PT. We strive to be Captain America with our ethics. We just give the best service we can and trust that we get paid enough to keep the doors open. If someone can't afford to pay or they don't have insurance, we see them anyway. We don't make as much money as most points probably, but we sure sleep good and make a lot of new friends. I am an IT guy in state government. Great job. Sous chef. I used to do landscaping, which I felt an equal love and passion for, but I injured my back and that kind of changed things. Took up a kitchen job in a pub and worked my way up to a hotel now. Plan to own my own restaurant in the future. I teach high school English. I'm a 4th year teacher, and when I talk to other teachers about how I love to come to school every day, they say it's because I'm young. I really hope that's not true. I suffer from some pretty severe depression, but I've noticed that it's much easier to manage during the school year opposed to summer. I am a mechanic. I used to do cars and light trucks but recently moved up to being a diesel mechanic. I absolutely love it. There is something very satisfying about figuring out a problem and then tearing things apart and fixing them. I help teens with learning disabilities get work experience through internships. It gives them a leg up on the competition when they graduate, as most won't have a regular diploma. Having work experience and references can go a long ways towards overcoming that. I also set them up with state and federal programs that will help them get jobs. Unfortunately, the pay is just barely enough to make a living, so I'm going to have to look for a better paying one soon. I'm a phlebotomist. I'm a children's librarian. It's really a dream job. I run story times, plan programs, and work the reference desk. I love fostering relationships with the little ones and I'm always in awe of the things they say, think, ask, and do. I wish everyone was as lucky and happy as I am. Aircraft dispatcher. Love working behind the scenes in airline operations. Decent pay. Can be challenging on certain days but at the same time isn't super routine. Read there is always something different going on every day, and the flight benefits are awesome. I really enjoy it. Games, movies, comics, TV journalist. Just spend my very long work hours either watching movies, playing games, reading comics and then writing about them, or waiting for news to happen. IT guy here. I get paid a lot of money to tell people to restart their computer. I just sit in my office all day, maybe take a nap or read it. As long as everything is working, they don't care what I do. I probably get 2 work orders a day, like changing the toner and people not knowing that the power button on the monitor is not the power button for the computer. The other day I woke up at 11, got to work around noon and no one knew I was late. Of course, if they were to call with a problem, I could have work from home by remoting in. Yay, I got an awesome job. Software developer. I love it and I honestly can't imagine doing anything else. Registered nurse. I work in the cardiac ICU and I absolutely love it. I teach communication, primarily public speaking, to community college, university and high school students. I just like it because it was something that clicked so well with me in college and it's kind of fun to take shy people out of their shell and give them a little confidence in their speaking abilities. My heart is always warmed whenever I get an email from a former student thanking me for their academic or career success. Just finished my first year working at a liquor store near Portland, Maine, where there is a huge craft beer scene. Get to try all the new stuff that comes in, and we get tons of tourists who bring great stuff from all over the country for us to try. I'm a student, so my current job is not something I'll do for a very long time, but I do love it. I work as an au pair. I don't live with them and I only work for them 2 days a week. I pick up their 7-year-old at her after school program. At home I'll make sure she does her homework if needed. I'll fold laundry and hang up the wet ones. Then I'll make dinner. We all eat together. They have a 2-year-old. They pick him up from kindergarten, so I get dinner out of it as well. Then I clear the table and tidy the kitchen, then I'm done. I love it because the family is great. I've worked for them since January and we get along really well. I love the kids and they love me. I have great conversations with the parents and it's really flexible. If I need a day off because I'm going away or something, that's never a problem. I don't have to think about switching shifts with anyone and all that. And the pay is great. I think a lot of people get used in jobs like that and they end up doing a lot for little money. But I'm very comfortable with them and everything is done properly. I pay taxes, and I'm never asked to do ridiculous things. They also let me use their cars if needed, which is great. Audiologist in private practice. Love helping people hear better. I work at an airport as a ramp agent, aka the guys who deal with your bags and marshal aircrafts and all that fun stuff. Many of my fellow colleagues always be and moan about the job, but I actually really love it. I get to work around airplanes all day, get to work outside and work with good friends. Plus, I get cheap flights too. I'm a bartender and I love my job. The earliest I will ever go into work is 1 PM, but I am usually scheduled at either 3, 6, or 8 PM, meaning I have my entire day to do whatever I want. Chores, hiking, shopping, cooking, going to lunch, seeing movies, doing nothing, whatever. I get to be creative by designing cocktails regularly. I get to plan whatever events I want in order to push my shifts and bring more people into the bar. The money is great, and I have plenty to pay my bills, enjoy my social life, and save a little bit or go on vacations. I love my customers and my coworkers are like my family. I get to meet about 100 new people a day, from all walks of life with many stories to tell. I get the odd butthole or have to clean up crap every once in a while, but it's worth it. I don't take my work home with me, and I work way less hours than I did when I was in a professional job. And again, I don't have to wake up early. Oh, and I got promoted to manager yesterday, and plan to open my own bar one day, so I'm going places. Train conductor for the Big Orange Pumpkins, BNSF. Game developer. Not the most amazing games I work on, but I enjoy the work itself, and especially the people I work with. Working as a landscaper this summer to pay for university. Hands down the best job I've had yet. I work out, stay in shape, and the pay is great. The only downsides are the early mornings cause I live far away from work, but the money is great for a summer job. Also put on 20 pounds of muscle, so I can't complain. And I got requested back next summer, so that's great too. I sell music instruments. It's not for much money, but I'm in my element. I like the people I serve and work with, and get to play with my favorite toys in the world every day. I'm a behavior specialist for people with developmental disabilities. I get to use my brain in new and creative ways every day. I get to help people change their lives, and I get to spend my days with some of the purest, most unconditionally loving humans I could ever have the joy of knowing. It's pretty awesome. I'm an international lawyer dealing with state issues. My job has taken me to live in Iceland, Sweden, and currently the Netherlands. I'm currently licking my lips about Brexit, as you can probably imagine. It's going to be a long, drawn-out process where us lawyers make a ton of money. Apprentice electrician. Electric is vital to our modern lifestyle, yet most people don't know dong about it. Getting to learn how it all works is awesome. I often wonder if there will ever be an end to what I can learn about electric in a lifetime. Probably not, given our exponential growth in technological advancements. Heck, this week I'm installing solar panels that are connected to the internet, so if one fails, the property owner can look on their freaking iPad and figure out which specific one isn't outputting any power so it can be fixed. Also, I get to be outside often. I don't need to work out because I get plenty of exercise. I'm challenged with new problems every day and never get bored. Sparky is one of the least derogatory profession-based nicknames I've ever heard. I'll never hurt for work because electricity will never stop being a commodity, and millennials have a huge aversion to entering skilled trades. Other people think I'm a goddamned wizard because I understand how this crap works. I help manage a children's clothing store. I hate the people I work with, but I love helping my customers and seeing the kids grow up from little babies to sassy toddlers and then children with whom you can actually converse. It's amazing. High school English teacher. 3. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.